We all know copy and paste. However, there is a way more powerful feature called paste attribute. This one will allow you to paste things such as the changes that you made to your video, audio, your speed ramp, color correction, fusion, and plugin effects. And on top of that, you can apply this to not just one, but also multiple clips at the same time. So let me show you guys how. Alright, so I have a clip here which I will cut into different parts with different duration. Now let's select the first clip here and we'll take it to the color page. All I'm gonna do here is to simply apply a blue tint, and then that is it. Now let's go back to the edit page here. We'll come over to the inspector panel. Let's just zoom in a bit and then just move the clip a little bit over to the right. So now these three changes that we just made can be easily applied to multiple clips. So let's copy this clip, and then we're gonna come over to the clip which we're going to apply this change to, and then right click in the menu. You can see the paste attribute option, or you can simply do option V. Now this will bring up the paste attribute menu. Now over here, let's make sure first of all the settings are selected, which are position, zoom, and color correction. So now let's simply hit apply, and now you can see that this is going to apply all the changes that we just made to this clip right here. But where this becomes really powerful is the fact that you can apply this to multiple clips at the same time. So what we're gonna do here is to select the next two clips here, and then let's option V, bring up the paste attribute menu, select apply, and now you're gonna see that all these other clips now have the same changes applied to them. And in case you want to remove all these attributes, you can also easily do so by selecting the clips which you want to remove these attributes from, right click, and then in the menu select remove attribute. Now in the menu, let's go ahead and select first of all the settings which you want to remove from these clips, and then let's hit apply. So now you will see that all these clips are now back to their default setting. Alright, now for the next example here, I'm going to demonstrate keyframe. So let's stay on the first clip here, and we're just gonna come over to the end of this first clip and then quickly set up a keyframe for the zoom setting here. It's going to be just a quick zoom in, zoom out effect. So as you can see, that's what it looks like. Now if I want to apply this to other clips, what you want to do is to come over to the clip which you want to apply this to. Once again, hit option V, and then in the paste attribute menu, let's make sure first of all the attributes are selected. But one big thing you want to pay attention to here is the keyframe settings. So to demonstrate the difference between the two options here, I'm going to leave it at maintain timing for now. So let's go ahead and hit apply, and well, actually it's not going to be applied to this clip. The reason is just because this clip has a much shorter duration. So what you want to do is to go back to the paste attribute menu, and over here we are going to switch from maintain timing to stretch to fit. So now what this will do is to apply that keyframe but based on a much shorter clip duration. So boom, there you go. Okay, so for the next one, we are gonna come over to Resolve FX, and let's select the picture in picture effect and apply that to the first clip. So now let's assume that you've made all the changes and now you want to apply it to all the other clips. Simply select them, and then in the paste attribute menu, let's make sure to select plugin. This will ensure that this effect is going to get properly applied to all the other clips that you see right here. Okay, so for the last one, we are going to look at how you can use paste attribute for speed ramps. However, it's a little bit buggy at this point. So let me just go ahead and bring up retime controls. What I will do is to quickly set up a couple speed points, and then for the first part, I'm going to speed it up, and then for the next part, I'm going to slow it down, right? So a very simple speed effect at this point created for this clip. Now let's say if you want to apply this to the next one, what you want to do is to copy this clip, and then let's come over to the next clip here, and then let's bring up paste attribute. Now let's make sure that retime effect is selected. Now I'm going to demonstrate later on what ripple sequence is going to do, but for now let's just leave it at retime effects. Alright, now let's go ahead and hit apply. So now you will see that it seems like it's being applied to this new clip. But if we bring up retime controls, you're gonna see that, well, it's actually not being properly applied. So what's going on is that it's actually applying this effect to the very beginning of this clip that we have here. So as you can see, I'm only cutting like a portion of this clip to be used, but this effect is being applied all the way to the beginning of this clip as opposed to where I want this clip to start in this timeline. And on top of that, there is this weird reverse speed applied as well, which is very cumbersome. But the good news is that there is a quick workaround, so let me go ahead and show you guys how. All right, so what you want to do is that before you do anything, right click this clip and then in the menu, let's select a new compound clip. So we're going to turn this clip into a compound clip first. So now you can see when we do that, it's going to treat this clip as if it's starting at this point. So then let's go ahead and then bring up the paste attribute menu. Now let's just select retime effects, apply. So now you're going to see that it's going to properly apply that to this clip. However, that reverse speed is still being applied to the end of this clip, which is still kind of annoying. So what you want to do is to trim off the unwanted parts of this clip. Now you have the same speed effect applied to this clip. All right, so circling back to the ripple sequence option earlier. So what this will mainly affect is any clip that follows our current clip right here. So let's just leave it off for now. And then if we apply, you're going to see that, well, the clip that we had is now being erased. So what we're going to do if, let's say, we don't want this clip to be erased is to ensure that ripple sequence is turned on. What this will do is to make sure that any clip that follows this clip is going to be properly rippled so that it's going to stay intact. All right, you guys, I hope this helps. And as always, I will see you next time.